The Canadian Bushplane Heritage Centre is celebrating their 25th anniversary in Sault Ste Marie. They recently held their annual general meeting appreciation breakfast.
Well, it's been a wonderful 25th anniversary so far. This is our first major event to celebrate our 25th anniversary, having our annual general meeting and our guest speaker, Honorary Colonel Haddon. So everything's gone really well so far. We have some other events planned during the year at Bushplane Days, but I just hope that the people of Sault Ste. Marie appreciate and realize how fortunate we are to have such a wonderful collection of vintage airplanes at the Bushplane Museum. And I know the kind of support we've received from our partners so far and the community really demonstrates that I think they do. I think they really understand how lucky we are to have have the Bushplane Center.
Honorary Colonel Gerald P. Haddon was present to make a presentation about his grandfather, J.A.D. McCurdy, who was Canada's very first pilot. McCurdy completed Canada's first aerial flight when he flew the Silver Dart on February 23, 1909.
Well, he accomplished many things, but primarily what he's known for is he made the first flight in Canada and the British Empire on February 23, 1909 in Baddeck, Nova Scotia. And that was the beginning of Canadian aviation in Canada. Enormous impact because that was the beginning of, that galvanized the forces in Canada to produce airplanes, to design airplanes, and that was the beginning of an aircraft industry in Canada. Unfortunately, my grandfather saw the need for airplanes for any future, for commercial use and for any future wars. And he went to the government several times and spoke to Sir Sam Hughes and the Prime Minister Borden, to try to get the Canadian government to produce or establish a Canadian Air Force or Canadian squadron. But that came to zero, to naught. And so he did it on his own. He established Canada's first aviation school in April of 1915. And he had the Royal Flying Corps from England, he had the Royal Naval Air Service from England, plus he trained Canadians as Canadian pilots for the First World War. So, I mean, that was another first that he accomplished, was the first aviation school in Canada.
Well, I think the people of Sault Ste. Marie need to understand and appreciate that we have one of the oldest and richest aviation heritages in Canada. With the establishment of the Ontario Provincial Air Service in 1924, it was a first in Canada, building the hangar on Church Street. That's architectural technology that was new in its day. Of course, the collection of some of the most iconic bush planes in Canada and perhaps in the world. So we really have to recognize and appreciate that we have this jewel in our community. If we don't support it, it's the type of thing that if you don't get behind it and really cherish it and appreciate it and support it, it's the type of thing that you eventually either could lose or see it diminish. And we wouldn't want that to happen, because the memory of and the respect that we owe to those pioneers is really something that they're due and that we can continue to offer and to provide.
If you want more information on upcoming 25th anniversary events at the Canadian Bushplane Heritage Centre, you can visit their website. For Shaw TV, I'm David Carlasio.